Today we're going to continue our
our
discussion
discussion
of the
the
parenting behaviors
parenting
of birds.
behavior of birds.
And we're going to
And
start
we are
by
going to
talking
start
about
by
what are
talking
known
about
as
what are known as
distraction
distraction
displays.
displays.
Now, if you're a
Now, if
bird
you were a
and
bird
there's a
and
predator
there is a
around,
predator
what are you
around,
going to
what
do?
are you going to do?
Well,
Well,
for one thing, you're
for
going to
one
try
thing,
to
you're
attract
going
as
to
little
try to
attention as possible,
have
right?
attention as possible,
Because
right?
if the predator
Because if
doesn't
the
know you're
predator doesn't
there,
know
it's
you're
not going to try
there,
to eat
it
you.
is not going to try to eat
But
you.
sometimes
But
certain
sometimes certain
species of
species
birds
of
do the
birds
exact
do
opposite.
the exact
When a
opposite.
predator
When the predator
approaches, they do their
approaches,
best to
they do
attract
their
the attention of that
best to
predator.
try to attract the
Now, why
attention
would
of the.
they do that?
Now, why
Well,
would they do
they
that?
do that to
Well, they
draw
do
the
that to
predator
draw
away
the
from their
predator
nest, away from their
nest,
eggs
away
or their
from
young
the eggs or
birds.
young birds.
And the
The
behaviors that the birds
behaviors that
engage
the
in
birds
to
engage in
distract
order
predators
to
are
distract
called
predators are
distraction
called a
displays.
distraction display.
And there are a number of different
And there's
kinds
a
of
number
distraction
of
displays.
distraction displays.
Most of the
Most
time,
of the
when
time,
birds are
when birds
engaging
are
in
engaging in
distraction
distraction
displays, they're going to
displays,
be
they are going to be
pretending either that they
pretending
have an
either that they
injury
have
or
injury,
that they're ill
or
or that
they are
they're
ill, or
exhausted.
they are exhausted.
You know, something that'll make the
Something
predator
that
think,
the predator think,
here's an easy
here's an
meal.
easy meal.
One pretty
One
common
pretty common
distraction display
distraction
is what's
display was
called the
called
broken wing display.
broken wing
And
display. And
in a broken
in a
wing
broken wing
display, the
display,
bird
the bird
spreads and
spreads
drags a
and
wing or its tail. And while it
And
does
while
that,
it
it
does that,
slowly
it
moves
slowly
away
moves
from the
away
nest.
from the
So
nest.
it
So
really looks like a
it
bird with
looks
a
like
broken
a
wing.
bird with a
And
broken
these
wing,
broken
and
wing
these
displays
broken
can
wing
be pretty
display can be pretty
convincing.
convincing.
Another
Another
version
version
of this
of
kind of
this kind of
distraction display is
is
where the bird
where the
creates the
bird creates
impression
the
of a
same
mouse
impression of
or
a
some other
mouse or
small
some other
animal that's
small
running
animal
along the
that's
ground.
running along the ground.
A good example of that kind of display is created by a bird called the purple sandpiper.
Purple sandpiper.
Now, what the
Now,
purple
what the
sandpiper
purple
does is,
sandpiper does
when
is
a predator approaches, it drags its wings,
its wings,
but not to give the impression that its wings broken,
are broken,
but to create the illusion that it has a second pair of legs. And then it raises its feathers, so it looks like it's got a coat of fur. And then it runs along the ground, swerving left and right, like it's running around little rocks and sticks. And as it goes along, it makes this little squealing noise. So from a distance, it really looks and sounds like a little animal running along the ground, trying to get away. Again, to the predator, it looks like an easy meal. Now, what's interesting is that birds have different levels of performance of these distraction displays. They don't give their top performance, their prime time performance every time. What they do is they save their best performances, their most conspicuous and most risky displays for the time just before the baby birds become able to take care of themselves. And they time it that way because that's when they'll have made the greatest investment in parenting their young. So they're not going to put on their best performance just after they've laid their eggs because they haven't invested that much time or energy in parenting yet. The top performances are going to come later. Now, you have some birds that are quite mature, quite capable, almost as soon as they hatch. And in that case, the parent will put on the most conspicuous distraction displays just before the babies hatch. Because once the babies are hatched, they can pretty much take care of themselves. And then you have other birds that are helpless when they hatch. In that case, the parent will save its best performances until just before the babies get their feathers. Okay. Today,